Chocolate's one of the world's favorite treats. But before it melts in your mouth, it embarks on an incredible journey starting right here in Africa. Over 70% of the world's cocoa comes from this continent. Join us as we uncover the process of transporting African cocoa to the West for chocolate production. The heart of global chocolate production begins in the Cocoa Belt of Africa. Countries like Ghana and Ivory Coast lead in production, employing millions of farmers. Cocoa farming is more than an industry, it's a way of life. The journey begins with harvesting. Farmers carefully cut ripe cocoa pods from trees, extract the beans, and begin the fermentation process, which is crucial for developing the chocolate flavor we all love. Once fermented, the beans are dried under the African sun for several days before being sorted and graded. Only the highest quality beans make their way into premium chocolate. After drying and sorting, cocoa beans are packed into large sacks and transported to export hubs. From small village roads to busy highways, cocoa takes a long journey to reach international shipping ports. At the ports, cocoa is sold to international traders. Companies in Europe and North America purchase tons of cocoa, setting the stage for global chocolate production. From the ports of Africa, cocoa beans embark on a long voyage across the Atlantic. Shipping containers filled with this precious crop head toward factories in Switzerland, Belgium, and the United States. Once in the West, cocoa is transformed. Factories roast, grind, and refine the beans into cocoa butter, powder, and eventually the chocolate we enjoy. From cocoa beans to chocolate bars, the transformation is magical. Billions of dollars are spent annually on chocolate, making it one of the world's most beloved industries. Despite its sweetness, the cocoa industry faces bitter challenges. Child labor, low wages, and deforestation are pressing concerns. Organizations and governments are working to ensure ethical cocoa farming. With the rise of sustainable farming and fair trade initiatives, the future of African cocoa looks promising. With better policies and farmer support, Africa's role in the chocolate industry will continue to grow. But behind its sweet taste lies a bitter truth: the exploitation of African cocoa farmers. Over 60% of the world's cocoa comes from this continent, yet the farmers who cultivate it struggle to make a living. Africa is the heart of global chocolate production. Yet, despite their essential role, many cocoa farmers earn less than $2 a day. How did this happen, and why does the West continue to benefit while Africa struggles? Cocoa farming is a labor-intensive process. Farmers work long hours under the scorching sun, yet their earnings remain meager. The reality is harsh. Many children are forced into labor to help their families survive. The price of cocoa is set in the West, not in Africa. Multinational corporations and traders dictate prices, leaving farmers with little bargaining power. They work tirelessly, but the real profits are made thousands of miles away. Once cocoa leaves African shores, it enters a multi-billion-dollar industry. European and American companies buy cheap raw materials, process them, and sell high-priced chocolate products worldwide. Farmers see none of these profits. Chocolate companies make billions annually, selling products that originated from struggling African farmers. The industry thrives on inequality, keeping profits in the West while Africa remains in poverty. Governments have attempted to intervene, but corruption and weak policies often prevent meaningful change. While some leaders fight for fair trade, many deals continue to benefit Western corporations. One of the most tragic consequences of this exploitation is child labor. Thousands of children work in hazardous conditions, deprived of education and a future. This is the unseen cost of chocolate. Fair trade initiatives aim to ensure farmers receive a just wage. While progress has been made, the industry remains largely controlled by powerful corporations that resist meaningful reform. A new wave of African entrepreneurs is rising, producing chocolate locally and fighting for better trade policies. The future of cocoa lies in Africa taking control of its own resources. The next time you eat a piece of chocolate, think about where it came from. The West must stop exploiting Africa's farmers, and consumers must demand fair trade and ethical sourcing. The future of cocoa should benefit those who grow it, not just those who sell it. Let's explore how African governments can book cocoa production, not merely in the sense of recording numbers, but by strategically planning, investing in innovation, and safeguarding the livelihoods of those who cultivate it. Join us as we journey from the historic roots of cocoa farming to the innovative strategies that promise a more secure, sustainable future. The story of cocoa in Africa begins over a century ago. Introduced during the colonial era, cocoa quickly transformed from a niche crop to a powerhouse commodity. Today, countries like Côte d'Ivoire and Ghana are the world's largest cocoa producers, contributing significantly to national GDPs and providing employment for millions. Cocoa farming in Africa evolved under challenging circumstances. Over decades, farmers adapted colonial systems to modern markets, and government policies began to play a crucial role in stabilizing production and ensuring fair compensation. However, historical successes also laid bare challenges: fluctuating world prices, vulnerability to pests and disease, and market pressures that continue to affect today's production. Despite its undeniable importance, cocoa production is fraught with challenges. Climate change, pest infestations, and volatile global markets have left farmers at the mercy of forces beyond their control. Moreover, the need for transparency and accountability in the cocoa supply chain is more urgent than ever. These on-the-ground realities underscore the need for proactive strategies. African governments are now looking at innovative ways to book or secure the cocoa production process, ensuring sustainability from seed to final sale. So, what does it mean for a government to book cocoa production? It goes far beyond tallying harvest figures. It involves a strategic approach, implementing policies, developing infrastructure, and creating systems that guarantee a stable, efficient, and fair market for cocoa. This proactive system helps governments manage supply, stabilize prices, and ultimately ensure that cocoa production remains a viable engine of growth. In an era defined by technology, digital tools offer new ways to tackle old challenges. From blockchain to IoT sensors, technological innovations can transform how cocoa production is managed. To truly understand the impact of these initiatives, we turn to the heart of the Cocoa Belt. Here, the voices of the farmers and local community illustrate both the challenges and the promise of a booked, transparent system. These first-hand accounts demonstrate that when governments invest in structure and technology, the rewards are tangible: improved livelihoods, increased productivity, and a more stable market environment. As we approach the end of our journey, one thing becomes clear: the future of cocoa in Africa hinges on strategic action today. Booking cocoa production isn't simply an administrative task, it's a visionary step towards economic stability and environmental sustainability. By embracing comprehensive policies, leveraging technology, and listening to the voices of those on the front lines, African governments can secure a future where cocoa not only fuels economies but also empowers communities. The path forward is challenging, yet filled with promise, a promise of innovation, fairness, and resilience. In the world of cocoa, booking production is booking in a brighter future.